what kind of investment is needed, both a time investment, a money investment, a commitment investment, to creating this great relationship between a person and their dog? How does that all come together?
So it all comes down to what your specific needs and goals are. But essentially, if you want a well-trained dog in your life, it's 10 to 15 minutes a day. If you literally start out your day, before you even play with your dog, you make them do some work and you have a treat. I mean, never forget the power of positive reinforcement. It's what we can get from social media. The technology that we have can give us that immediate satisfaction, that immediate validation, right? So literally having your dog walk on a heel, do better on the leash. Like people are like, I can't get my dog to stop pulling on the leash because you haven't told them to stop pulling on the leash. It takes time. You can't just tell them. It's like kids even. You can't just tell your kids. Like you have to figure out the way to communicate with them. So my dog now is Loki. He's a German Shepherd Collie mix from a shelter. Somebody up north in Wisconsin was trying to raise German Shepherds to sell. And Loki has this beautiful white collar and doesn't look like a typical German Shepherd. So they were just going to let him starve in a cage. And someone stole him away from this place and turned him into the shelter. He was 40 pounds underweight when I got him, but he just spoke to me. He was a ball of anxiety. I was willing to take him on. We had this great program. I had access to some of the great trainers. I took him on. But in the beginning, he wasn't food motivated, which didn't make sense to me. We figured it out. It was the attention stuff. His main concern was security. And so it took a lot longer. And he's not all the way perfect by any means. And I laugh because I say, I'm more this dog's service human than he's my service dog, because he freaks out if I'm not there. What makes me feel good is that when I do travel, and I have to travel a lot, is that he's with my family. And that's a lot of veterans. If you want a dog to go everywhere with you, if you want that ADA service dog that goes every single place with you, that creates a lot more planning. There's a lot more you have to do. It's not just everybody else in the world has to get out your way because you have a service dog. You have to think on behalf of that dog of, yes, they can go to place for like 3 hours and you won't even know they're in the room. They're going to have to go out eventually, right? And they're going to have to be able to let loose. Like, it's amazing to watch these dogs when they have their vest on, they know they're working and they don't even act like a typical dog, which is probably why it's so attractive, why everybody wants one. But when you take that vest off, they just become puppy power, right? And they just go. So essentially the training can last anywhere from 6 weeks to 16 weeks. A lot of times the guide dogs, the medical assistant service dogs, are actually in training for about 18 months before they're paired with the person that needs. But again, there's a bunch of different other ways, and it comes down to your trainer. It comes down to your specific needs and lifestyle, and it comes down to the dog's ability and where their tests fall out. I mean, it's nothing more than a personality test. Loki does not have the personality to be a service dog whatsoever, and I don't want him to be. I can feel good about the fact that because he's a big, scary German Shepherd with an anxiety disorder, and I feel better that that non-perfect dog is living with me, this non-perfect human, and we're figuring it out together, and we're doing it our way, and we're following the laws that need to be followed.